Hello guys, how's it going? My name is Dalrin, and usually I check out Wowhead, usually I check out MMO Champion for the forum post updates for BFA, but again, it's at the point where a lot more stuff is being updated for BFA. I'm kind of waiting for more substantial stuff. I really don't want to scrape the bottom of the barrel. Super excited for BFA, really wish I could be part of the beta or the alpha to showcase you guys directly through visuals exactly what's going on over there. But in today's video, I want to bring it back to the forums, and I decided to take a look at World of Warcraft forums. The one part I really don't look at, and I figured out why. If you go over to the World of Warcraft forums, class development for BFA, yeah, wow, the negativity out of there. So I want to take some of the negative topics, or I guess some of the ones that I found that are kind of recurring, mostly about class abilities, with people claiming that BFA, you have the least amount of class abilities. Bring it back, Blizzard, bring it back to X expansion, bring it back to Mop, bring it back to Wrath, bring it back to Kata, bring it back to Vanilla, and kind of just talk about the idea of the prune. But before we get to the big topic and some of the stuff that I saw, I did find this very interesting idea. And as an Outlaw Rogue player, I really do want to kind of chime in on this topic. Go full ranged with Outlaw. To some of the forum posts, people are saying that, hey, why can't we have an Outlaw Rogue, or one of the 3 specs of rogues, become this like melee and range hybrid, kind of like what Unholy Death Knights are like with the ranged dots, or paladins where they can throw hammers and swords at far away. Then survival hunters in BFA who have every ability that's ranged except for Raptor Strike. They're basically a hunter, and they can even activate their own version of Ascendance to become a full-fledged hunter for like 15 seconds. Or enhancement shamans. These guys have had Ascendance, the ability that turns your auto attacks into range and your biggest ability, Storm Strike, into just a big old gust of wind that just bashes into your enemy's face. I mean, there's a lot of classes with not, I guess, traditional melee abilities. Not everybody is a warrior who is always in your face, and the only thing they can do in range is throw a stun and chuck their weapon. A lot of classes have a lot of that range hybrid, so why can't Outlaw Rogues get something like that? I will have all of you know, but if you watch my videos, chances are you're already informed on that. I'm somebody who loves the changes in classes. I love when classes just get major updates, and then all of a sudden they feel different to play. I like when there's always something changing, especially in World of Warcraft, because I feel like the more changes we have, the more exciting the game gets. There's always something new to discover. You don't have same things staying the same ways, you know, same old for too long. I like that kind of stuff, and I like changes to classes that make them interesting, unique, or sometimes even inconvenient to play, because I feel it makes for niche playstyles, it makes for unique playstyles. So if Outlaw Rogue were to become some kind of a range hybrid class, even if it was literally the worst class ever, first of all, I've had better days. I played Combat Rogue back in Mob, so I'll be alright, but if Outlaw became a range class, I'll be on board with it. Not everybody in the forum post thinks the same way, but I am personally open for it. So let me know your thoughts. What are your thoughts if Outlaw Rogue was to become, let's say, this kind of range slash melee? Like, you mostly range, but you still need to run up to melee in order to do some of your basic abilities. Let me know. Then I also want to talk about people talking about classes in BFA at level 110 alpha, not a finished product, not at max level, feeling hollow, and saying that, please, Blizzard, don't fix classes with Azurite pieces. Please don't make the same mistake you did with Legion legendaries. Do not put the effects that will fix a spec after you obtain an Azurite item. Actually, abilities and talents should never be tied to items. Classes should feel whole and playable and fun without the need of Azurite armor. Now, actually, with this one, I will agree on the aspect of Legos. Some Legos in Legion do feel like they are necessary for certain classes to actually shine. For example, the Fire Mage Bracer legendary that basically makes you a Pyroblast if you get a proc for it. If you cast it without being insta, it deals insane amount of damage. All it does is basically turns you from this procy style to just like once in a while you just will cast a full Pyroblast. This long 3-second cast. But the damage at the end is just so explosive that without that legendary, you really do see a massive change. And they tried to make legendaries more standardized. Technically, at this point, no legendary is bad because some have good stat sticks for you either way. But there's still some legendaries that do drastically affect your playstyle. Like, for example, the Rogue Shoulder legendary that gives you a 100% crit chance whenever you are bursting on somebody, whenever you can use Vanish in the opener. So, stuff like this still being in the game, stuff like this still being in existence, I understand where they're coming from. I do think that we should wait until level 110. And I feel like we need to wait until level 110 after all the classes have been changed, after all the playstyles have been finalized, after all the talents have been finalized. Because I never understood that whole, I don't want to call it hysteria, but that's like the best word that comes to, and I still don't want to use it. But just so you understand what I'm trying to say, I don't understand the whole idea of, hey, this class is not at max level, it sucks terrible. You know, we should wait until we get into the end game, until we take a look at what the Azurite pieces are actually doing in the game. Take a look at what the gear actually will end up doing for the game. Take a look at what they will end up doing with our talents, stats, and ability changes, and even some class changes that they've done for classes that need it, like Survival Hunter and Demo. I feel we should wait to look at the beta, when they'll have the 120 content. Because judging anything prior to that, judging a class when it's level 40 or level 60, let alone level 100, too early to tell. Like, take a look at your class right now in Legion. Imagine it without your artifact weapon. Completely another class. You have so many passives and active abilities that correlate and change your gameplay, where without your weapon, it's basically is the weirdest thing to play in the world. But with your artifact weapon, it turns into a change where you can actually compare. It's actually comparable against one another. So that's what I'm saying. I feel like we should wait. I am on board with what the person is saying about, hey, don't make it those effects with Azurite, tie in the classes, kind of add the fun elements and the main aspects to as just part of the class. But I understand it, but again, I still think we should wait. Simply on board with that guy. Then we got the big one, and I'm just gonna try to run it through a full mouthful, I guess. Then we have this guy. This is not acceptable. Make a stand, make a difference. Tell them that you will not buy an expansion where they prune us and regift what they have taken. This will list what has been taken from one spec upplay enhancement. One enhancement has lost. Oh, here we go. Earth Elemental Totem, Fire Elemental Totem, Tremor Totem, Grounding Totem, Searing Totem, Magma Totem, Wind Fury Weapon Imbue, Feral Spirit Healing Group Utility, Grace of the Air Totem, Strength of Earth Totem, Stormlash Totem, Healing Stream Totem, Healing Tide Totem, Storm Bulwark Totem, Ascendance Baseline, Shamanistic Rage, Flame Shock, Earth Shock, Frost Shock, Unleash Elements, Fire Nova. Make a stand, do not buy BFA, make yourselves heard. They will need to earn our money. It isn't free to them. No 120 ability, no new talent row, no money. And I think it just goes back to, hey, let's just wait until level 120 and see what they actually end up doing, hey? Let's take a look at the Azurite items and see what they do, hey? But they make a good point. There has been a lot of pruning in the game. And in even just Legion to BFA, we're losing our artifact weapons. And a lot of us are pretty happy that finally we'll lose our artifact weapons, because now it can be an Outlaw Rogue with fist weapons, over the maces, over 2 battle axes. I'll be a real swashbuckling pirate with a saber and an axe. I'll look freaking cool, right? A lot of us are happy that artifact weapons are being gone, because it adds a little bit more class customizability, spec customizability. We get to choose what weapons we can use. That's all fun and great. The only issue I can see with it is a lot of the passives that I just talked about, a lot of the active abilities that I talked about just in the last forum post are gonna be gone. And it's true, a lot of classes have lost a lot of utility. Yes, it is true, Enhancement Shaman lost your elementals, you lost a lot of your totems. Tremor Totem is coming back though, and Grounding Totem is a PvP totem, I'm pretty sure. Feral Spirit Healing Utility, yeah, that's gone. Healing Stream Totem is only for resto. A lot of this stuff has been repurposed. But imagine trying to ham-fist a lot of these abilities into your current class. I feel on one hand it's fine to say, hey, we lost a lot of abilities, is it possible to get stuff back? But if you were to give an Enhancement Shaman everything back, you were to give him your Earth Elemental, Fire Elemental, Tremor Totem, Searing Totem, Magma Totem, Wind Fury Imbuement, Stormlash Totem, Ascendance Baseline, Flame Shock, Earth Shock, Frost Shock, even though you don't really need those because you have that as basically Rockbiter, Flame Tongue, and Frostbrand, I think. I'm not the best at shaman abilities, but I'm pretty sure that's what this are. You basically have a variation of a lot of these abilities. They're just repurposed. And I don't think it's a good idea to basically forcefully get Blizzard to ham-fist it all back in there. Because imagine if they were to just give imagine if rogues had burst of speed again. That would be so ham-fisted. It basically doesn't take into consideration what the class is like right now, how it plays right now in the game, and how these abilities will affect the change. Are they going to have to nerf the class overall? Are they going to have to nerf some abilities? Are they going to have to nerf cooldowns? Are they going to have to nerf the class all damage flat, because now you have elementals and they will add a little bit extra burst to whenever you're doing a boss or PvPing? a lot of these abilities would just destroy so many classes, again, because they're ham-fisted. They're not well designed, they're not intricately added in, they're not purposefully added in, they're just added because, hey, give me back my abilities. At least that's kind of how it feels from my end. But it's true, we did lose a lot of prunes. So I guess I'll leave that question off to you guys. Do you think there's a lack of abilities in BFA? Because it doesn't look like we are getting something at 120, if anything, to take out of the person's post. As far as I understand, it's a lot of class changes. Again, I am under the assumption of let's wait until beta, let's wait until 120 content, let's wait until Azurite gear before we really start making a devil out of Blizzard. And just kind of wait for a little bit. But let me know your thoughts. Would like to hear from you guys. Thank you all so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. I'd love the comment section to be as open of a discussion forum as possible. Not just a place for people to shout each other down just because we might be upset or angry at any of the BFA changes. So if you guys can keep it civil in there, that would be very much appreciated. I would like to read through some of you guys' thought processes and maybe even include them in a video in the future. Thank you all so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. As always, if you guys enjoyed this video or simply want to let my channel grow and allow my channel to grow even faster, liking videos helps out. Apparently on YouTube, if you like a video, it gets more exposure. So if you want to help me out or simply like a video, that'll be very much appreciated. If you guys enjoy these kind of discussions, BFA updates, or 5.5.1 duels, go ahead and subscribe. We put out 2 videos a day, 2 videos for free a day for you guys to watch and enjoy. And if you guys want to catch some of the live streams, I'm not sure if we're doing a dueling stream today, kind of 50-50 on that one still as I'm recording this video the day before that. You guys are more than welcome to come and join, and if you want to participate in BGs, duels, or whatever the hell we end up doing on stream, go ahead and hit the notification bell down below in order to be notified on every single stream and video that goes live, so you guys can catch all the content as soon as it comes out. Thank you all so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see all of you guys in another video.